welcome back, my dear students. Today in this video, you are going to learn moment of force. Moment of force. First of all, let us understand what is moment. What is the meaning of moment? What is the meaning of moment? What is moment? First of all, moment, it is nothing but the twisting effect. The twisting effect experienced by your body, probably. So let us take an example. In day-to-day life, we might came across so many applications that where this moment is used. Let us go with some of the applications. Let us go with an example. You might have seen a nut and a bolt, the set of nut and a bolt. So in this set of nut and a bolt, in order to loosen or tighten the nut, we will use some wrenches with different numbers, right? Different wrenches we will be using in our application. So in order to tighten it, we will apply the force on the wrench right at here, or in order to loosen it, we will apply in the opposite direction, right? So ఇక్కడ ఏం జరుగుతుందంటే ద ట్విస్టింగ్ ఎఫెక్ట్ విచ్ ఈస్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్డ్ బై ద సెంటర్మోస్ట్ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద నట్. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ the centermost part of the nut. This is nothing but the centermost part of the nut. So that centermost part of the nut, when the force is applied on the wrench starts rotating the nut. So while rotating, the centermost part of the nut experiences a rotating and a twisting effect. So the twisting effect, it is nothing but moment. So the moment here is created by the force. That is the reason why we are calling it as moment of force. If it is created by inertia, it is known as the inertia, moment of inertia. If it is created by the mass inertia, then it is called as the mass moment of inertia. So this is all about the meaning of the moment. So in technically, we have a different meaning for this word called moment. So let us go through it. So moment of force, it is nothing but moment of force, it is nothing but it is the product of force applied and distance between the point where moment is required and the line of action of force. Here we have to notice one thing. I have done a mistake here. The distance, it is not only the distance, it is the perpendicular distance between the point where the moment is required and the line of action of force. Let us take an example. Here one nut is there. So for this nut, in order to loosen or tighten it, we have to use a wrench. So here I am taking a wrench. Please consider it as a wrench. So this is the setup of the wrench and nut. So in order to loosen or tighten it, what I have to do is I have to apply a certain force. So here at this point I am applying a force. For this particular force, it is certain that it will have line of action. So this continuous dotted line, it is nothing but line of action of that particular force. So here force moment is defined as, here I am applying a force of 5 newtons, or let us simply say it is F force is applied on the wrench so that it starts twisting the nut. So the definition is clearly telling us that moment, it is nothing but it is the product of force and the distance, the perpendicular distance between the point where the moment is required, and this is the point where the moment is required, and the centermost point, this is where the moment is required. So the perpendicular distance between the point where the moment is required and the line of action of force. So from here to here, what could be the distance? So this will be the total distance. It is as same as here. So the total distance, let us say it is x. So x is nothing but the distance between the point where the moment is required and the line of action of force. So F is multiplied with x. So here moment, it is nothing but the total rotating effect or the total twisting effect experienced by the nut at the centermost part. So here moment is nothing but the total intensity of the moment, the total intensity of the twisting effect. So here the product of F into X, it gives the total intensity. దాని యొక్క తీవ్రత, ఆ రొటేటింగ్ ఎఫెక్ట్ యొక్క తీవ్రత ఎంత ఉందో చెప్తుంది అనమాట. ఫర్ ఎవ్రీ ఫిజికల్ క్వాంటిటీ దెర్ ఈజ్ అ మెజర్, ఫర్ లెంత్ దెర్ ఈజ్ అ మెజర్, ఫర్ టెంపరేచర్ దెర్ ఈజ్ అ మెజర్, ఫర్ లెంత్ generally we will measure it in kilometers, meters. So in the same way, for this moment also we are having a measure. So that measure is calculated in terms of, even moment is having some units. So let us go for the units. So force, it is nothing but it is measured in newtons. It is measured in capital N, it is newtons, and x is nothing but the distance. So in SI units, we measure the distance in meters only. So what could be the unit of Newton? What could be the unit of moment? So the units of moment are nothing but Newton meter. Newton meter. This is nothing but all about moment of force. Since it is created by the force, since the twisting effect or the moment is created by the force, this is known as the moment of force. If it is created by the inertia, it can be moment of inertia. So in our upcoming videos, you will find the applications of this moment at everywhere in our upcoming videos. So hope this video has helped you in understanding what is moment and the definition of moment. Thank you so much.